Oh. Very, very good morning, ladies, gents and teddy bears. Welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel live here at the 48 Fighter Wing. How are we doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching from in the world. Oh yeah. Oh. And of course, my name's Nikos, cameraman and commentator, and we're joined by, naturally, the boss, our squadron leader, Ted Coningsby. Ted's been saying we've got a special guest today. Yep. It's yeah, we got a new character today. We'll be joining the Ted Coningsby crew. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good. This is our squadron leader, Ted Coningsby. Ted, how you doing? You good? Oh, listen to these. Welcome to the 48 Fighter Wing, ladies, gents and teddy bears. Oh yeah. Welcome. And the sound you can hear are the spooling Pratt & Whitney F-135 PW100 engines. They're not to be reckoned with. They're a whopping 43,000 pounds of thrust. That is a lot of power of salmon, that is. Oh yes, if you thought a leaping salmon was quite powerful, this, my friends, is like strapping a rocket to a human being. See ya! And it's installed on the F-35A here at RAF Lakenheath. This is a USAFE base, a United States Air Force in Europe base, part of the 3rd Air Force, one of the original Air Forces, with history way over 80 years, of course, naturally. And of course, today is 81st anniversary of D-Day. We have 4 squadrons that are based here, flying squadrons, of course, naturally. So the 48 Fighter Wing, part of the 3rd Air Force. The 3rd Air Force is HQ out at Ramstein Air Base in Germany. They also manage the United States Air Forces in Africa as well. The flying component here at Lakenheath is the 48th Operations Group and the 4 combat-ready fighter squadrons that make up the operations group are as follows: the 492nd Fighter Squadron, the Mad Hatters, locally known as the Bowlers. What up, Bowlers? How you doing? They fly the F-15E Strike Eagle. Next up, we got the 493rd Fighter Squadron. They're the latest and greatest squadron to operate the F-35A here. They were re-equipped after they said goodbye to their much-loved F-15 C and D models, and equipped in 2022, as early as this, with the F-35A that we can hear. So that's the 493rd Fighter Squadron, nicknamed the Grim Reapers. Next up, we got the 494th Fighter Squadron, the finest, meanest, baddest, flying the F-15E Strike Eagle, nicknamed the Panthers, and making Lakenheath the very first F-35A wing of USAFE, the Valkyries. On the 15th of December 2021, they brought with them the F-35A that we can hear in the background, making the USAFE and Lakenheath the very first wing of USAFE to operate the F-35A. Nice. They were inactive for a good 30 years. They said goodbye to their much-loved F-111 aardvarks at the time. Between 77 and 1991, they were operating the F-111 aardvark. And before then, they were inactive for another 34 years. They became inactive in 1944 when they switched fighter groups for various reasons, which we'll go into later. And this is about the 495th. So they were inactive for a good 34 years. They came back, they became activated again with the F-111 in 1977 until 1991. Their nickname then was actually the Thunderbarks. And after that, they came back to Lakenheath, or shall we say, the Valkyries. So they would have had some new call signs with their new nickname, the Valkyries. So they were known as the Thundervarks, hence flying the Aardvark. Oh yeah. How you doing? All right? Good. Good morning to you. Hello, man. You all right?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, just to say thank you for keeping an old man ready.
Oh, good times. Good to hear. Thanks for coming up to say hello.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Oh, thanks, man.
Don't give out much.
That's what it's for. We're trying to make it as fun and just as though you're with us, mate. What's your name?
Joe.
Jay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Good to meet you, mate. Thanks, Jay. Thank you. Get ready for some noise. Yeah, they'll be coming out in a bit. The wonderful engines are spooling nicely. Yeah, enjoy it, man. Enjoy, yeah. Hopefully it stays dry. We'll do our best. Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, you get that. It's nice to get lucky, isn't it? Good. Cool. All right, buddy. Have a good one. Enjoy your day. Not long now for the F-35s to taxi down. Oh yeah. In fact, why don't I go and get my F-35A, no, F-35B model. Where's Nick Wood when you need him with the models, man? Come on. So for those that managed to catch my stream the other day at Holbeach, firing its GAU 22 25mm cannon, 3,300 rounds per minute, 4-barrel rotary engine, rotary powered Gatling gun. So you could see something missing on the F-35B now, and the C hasn't got that sort of bulge coming out here where the cannon is. How cool is that? The F-35B can have blue tack installed. They can have an optional, here he is! You can have an optional cannon, an external one fitted to the B and C with blue tack, just kidding. But this is our F-35B, so smack bang in the middle. We'll talk to you all about the avionics and everything as the show runs, all right. So this part of the taxiway we call the catwalk. We call it the catwalk because it sounds great, and you know they strut their stuff down like a catwalk, right? But of course officially it's just called the taxiway. So that's a Ted Coningsby channel, you know, vocab, you know how it is. So I hope we're all good, and I hope we're well, and I hope you enjoyed the show today. It could be a short one, just thought I'd give you a heads up. Probably just a few hours, perhaps, probably finishing around maybe 11, but that's just a prediction. Don't take my word for it, take Ted's word for it. So lots of things to look out for on the F-35A, which I know I've got the B model, maybe I'll go and get myself an A model. If anyone, feel free to donate any models. Jeff from AVG, thank you very much, and of course Nick Ward, thanks as well. And if anyone's got an F-35A they wish to donate to the channel, we'll give you we'll mention you for the thank yous. So the F-35A, okay, so this is the B model, all right, but we'll pretend it's an A at the moment. Okay, so the F-35A is the 9G pulling machine, all right? The F-35B, because of the extra weight and because of the huge Pratt & Whitney F135 PW600, it's massive. It's almost, I think it's got an extra, it's almost double the size. If you think the Pratt & Whitney's engine is, I'm just going to give you an idea, it's about this much. Okay, that's the PW100. The PW, you ready for this? The PW600 goes all the way out here. That is massive, all because it has to have the integrated Rolls-Royce lift system. I know, Rolls-Royce adding a bit of extra there and all. So, what is stealth? What does it do? Why is the F-35 special? Well, the thing is, stealth does not mean invisible, okay? you will hear RCS quite a lot. That stands for radar cross section. All right, my voice is sending out frequencies, okay, but a bit like radio waves, okay. The way radars work is literally like my voice bouncing off. If you were to shout down a well, your voice will come back as an echo, right? Do the same in a canyon, do the same in a cave, okay. That's almost like pretty much how radar works, okay. So I need to tell you this so you can understand radar cross section. And the time it takes to come back can work out the distance of certain objects. So if you stood further back, or if there was less water in the well, you can actually establish the depth, etc., etc. So radar's literally going, hi, are you there? Yes, I am. That's probably the easiest way to identify. So replace my voice or your voice with radio waves or frequencies. So my radar is going, hi, are you there? Bounce back, yes, I am here. That is game over because you are now spotted. But how and what the way radar works, it will just go, it will cover the entire aircraft, all these waves, all these frequencies, and it will give back an icon that looks like a plane. Hence, you can see it on a radar. How do you stop this? First of all, the F-35 has special coating called RAM. It's radar absorbing material, and it's got special paint. It can absorb frequencies from, let's say, 1 megahertz up to 6 gigahertz, 60 gigahertz. That's amazing. So one, it's absorbing as much frequencies. The paint has special iron, bits of iron, which turns the frequencies into heat, and then it just absorbs it. It's like, yeah, bye, I'm not here. Okay, and then you've got special tape. Can you see this? Sometimes on the F-35, it looks like it's got some different colors on there, different color paint. This is actually special radar absorbing tape. I know, tape that you can buy probably in your stationery shop. Not really, but this again absorbs stuff. But why is it, what's with all the zigzags? What is with this? Stealth requires less, or RCS requires the aircraft to be designed with less flat surfaces, as much annoying surfaces for radar transmission back. So the best way to do that is have all these serrations everywhere. At the back of the engine, it's going to get hot. Nah, we'll just stick more serrations. The ziggy-zaggies everywhere. Ziggy-zaggy design on the landing gear. Sorry about the terminology of ziggy-zaggy, but I call them serrations. Even the landing gear is most vulnerable. On the F-35B, ziggy-zaggies when the auxiliary air intake. All this, it basically annoys the frequency to come back. So if you imagine my voice bleeding all over this aircraft, by the time it comes back, have a guess what appears on a radar. It's got an RCS about the size of a tennis ball, which is, you know, obsolete when it comes to this. Also, sapphires used as well. It's carbon composite, I know, right? Those who have bought loved ones an engagement ring with sapphire, this is the electro-optical targeting system. This is, oh yeah, combat area. Using sapphire to have a low RCS again. Look at it. Another feature to look out for. Now you probably think, okay, it hasn't got the 90 degrees here. Nikos, what about the radome? What about the nose? It's round. Surely that'll bounce off. Incorrect. If this was round, it'll go all the way around the voice, go back. So all stealth fighters, you will notice the nose is flat. It's got a ridge and it goes all the way to the intake. It goes all the way into the intake because you can get the boundary layer creating heat, but the F-35 has got a diverter. I know, a splitter. It's more of a diverter because it's got a bulge there to stop that from happening. But without further ado, let's get you the action. Here comes trouble. Oh yeah. Comedy Ted. Comedy Ted. Yeah, Comedy Ted is coming out later on. He's our new character, and he's pretty good. He's pretty good. And if you thought Margot's jokes were bad enough, Comedy Ted is here to take the reins. Here we go, the F-35A, ladies, gents, and teddy bears. Here comes trouble. 495th Fighter Squadron, the Valkyries. Now they made Lakenheath's 48 Fighter Wing and USAFE the very first wing to operate the USAFE wing, that is, to operate the F-35A, and that all happened on the 15th of December 2021. How amazing things have changed. This is a huge turbofan, ladies, gents, teddy bears. 43,000 pounds of thrust. Compresses air to 26 times. Oh yes, 26. More trouble. Don't forget to hit the like button, ladies, gents, teddy bears. Let's ride. Hit the like, and of course, do join us on a wonderful journey with the Ted Coningsby channel. You know how it is. This was developed to become the most advanced, the world's most advanced fighter. The engine itself developed from the Pratt & Whitney F-119 engine that was used on the F-22 Raptor. It can produce 28,000 pounds of thrust, but when you whack that afterburner on, when you start bleeding fuel straight from the fuel bars in the afterburner section, you then take that power up to 43,000 pounds of thrust, ladies, gents, teddy bears. 43 on a single engine. That is amazing, absolutely amazing. It's a two-spool axial flow augmented turbofan. It's got a length of 220 inches. That's 5.590 meters. It's a 3-stage fan with a 6-stage high pressure compressor, and it compresses air 28 times. Sorry, 20. I said 26 earlier. That was for the Typhoon. Do apologise. 28 times. So to give you to perspective, the Typhoon's engine 26 times, the F-15 Strike Eagle 24 times. 28 is insane, and I believe the F-35B's PW600 compresses air up to 29 times when it comes into Stovall mode. Bypass of 0.57 to 1. The turbine is a 1-stage HP and a 2-stage LP, that's low pressure, high pressure. And that pressure ratio is 28 times. Amazing. So just to give you an idea, right, listen to this. The F-35B's engine, the PW600, is 369 inches as opposed to 220 inches. That's amazing. That's 5.59 meters compared to the 600, that's 9.37 meters. I told you, it's almost like, what, an extra 80%, would you say? bit less thrust on the PW600 with 27,000 pounds of dry thrust, shall we say, and then 41,000 pounds with afterburner on the F-35B's PW600. Are going to get loud for the cloud. Oh. Rack 'em up. And we got trouble crossing the runway as well. We got him. We got more coming. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So LN, the tail code for Lakenheath, wasn't always like that though, as we've mentioned before. We'll talk to you about the history if we can later on. So, empty weight on this is around 29,000 pounds of empty weight. Now, you've got an engine that's smashing out 43,000 pounds of thrust, right? Okay, it can't fly without fuel. So, you could stick another 10,000 pounds of fuel, maybe a couple of £1,000 of ammo. Yeah, you could, your thrust to weight ratio is amazing then, right? This is the thing. But sometimes you gotta fill it up. You gotta pack. So when you start adding more weight, it means you need to defy and add a bit of physics to this. Sometimes you need a bit of speed behind you so you can pull up. Now, the heavier your aircraft becomes, not the heavier the aircraft, because sometimes you can have engines to match the weight, right? So 43,000 pounds of thrust, your empty weight is 29. Whack 10,000 pounds of stuff on it, fuel and payload. You could, if you wanted to, go 360 miles an hour down the runway and then pull up. You've got 360. That's amazing. Will we get this today? Quick climb, here we go. Come on. So you can see the cannon now, look at it, right there, that bulge, that long bulge, that's your cannon. You know it is. Now, the aircraft with WA, Whiskey Alpha, Western Airlines of Nellis Air Force Base, these are Lakenheath jets. They've arrived, or they were ex-Nellis aircraft planes, and they just haven't had the new paintwork on them, because it is quite complex to repaint an F-35. You've got to appreciate the RAM, the paint, the radar absorbing material paint. You know, it's quite complex, so they will have, I would have thought, at some point in the future, LN, which is the tail code for Lakenheath. So, as we mentioned, you see, the F-35 maintained altitude around 60 to 120 feet. It was going around 380 miles per hour. Now, you notice that the afterburner came off and then went back on. That's to allow the landing gear to retract, because if you go that fast, you could damage your landing gear and get stuck. So G's pulled are around 5 to 6. Altitude reached. It depends what altitude it's been cleared to, what flight level it's been cleared to climb to. All right. Rack 'em up. less. Now, the thrust to weight ratio naturally on a Typhoon, fully loaded, fully fueled, is 1:1 on fully loaded. You start taking things off that Typhoon, put a little bit of less fuel, you know, don't fully load it, and you do this, you do a quick climb on a Typhoon, it will probably reach the moon. It will clearly go supersonic easy in that climb. And this is the thing, what you can do, you can defy, you can add a bit of physics to it, you can add a bit of speed. It's like, you know, imagine yourself stationary and you're jumping up. You're not going up in the sky, are you? Stick a little backpack, maybe stick a, imagine you were going 100, you had the power to go 100 miles per hour and then jump. You could probably climb a little bit due to your weight. If you had constant 100 miles per hour power behind you, then fine. But if you had 10 miles per hour, you're probably going to come back down due to gravity and lack of speed with velocity. We'll have to do a bit of physics with that. I'll tell you what I'll do over the weekend, if I can't this weekend, can I? I'm concentrating on Cosford, but I will show you some physics, and I'll try and make it I'll try and make it understandable, because you don't need a PhD with the channel or anything like that. I'll try to keep it simple. Well, what I'm trying to say is the fact that if you've got a heavy aircraft, but it's got a lot of power, and you need to climb like that, I'm going to show you what happens if you were to only go, imagine they were only going 180 miles per hour. They wouldn't be able to climb like that, all right, fully loaded and fully fueled. If they went 380 to 400 miles per hour, yes, they can do it. They can do that, which is what they're doing here. But if you were to put only, let's say, 8,000 pound of fuel, all right, 8,000 pound of fuel in the F-35, it will probably do a performance takeoff, because it will then match the performance thrust weight like for like of a Typhoon. Do you see where I'm going with this? Okay, so 43,000 pounds, that's how much power. If you got empty, you were at 29,000 already. So you then got to do the maths. How much do you want to load this up with? to Ted's Quick Climb Friday, the only channel to tune into for military aviation action. And today we've been treated in this, it's a bit ghastly the weather today unfortunately, but you know how it is, keep going, keep flowing, and do your quick climbs in the rain, the raindrops falling from heaven could never take away my frost away. Ding, ding. We'll just quick climb on together to climb at a rate that you'll never see. You know it is. Yeah. It's the F-35. Aha. You know it is. Good tune, good band actually. Great band there now. Comedy Ted. I've got Comedy Ted. We got a new character on the show. I'm hoping he'll be all right with the rain. His name is Comedy Ted. He'll be on the show pretty much later on. Comedy Ted. Comedy Ted. How we doing, ladies, gents, teddy bears? Welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel, and we're live here at RAF Lakenheath, home of the 48th Fighter Wing. Now, the wing makes up a lot of components to a airbase, such as the 48th Medical Group. How you all doing? What up? The security forces, the 48th Security Forces as well, OSI, all the aspects and elements of security. We've got the communications and RAPCON, those squadrons, the fighter generation squadrons, the controller, there's the RAF Lakenheath Medical, the RAF Lakenheath Fire Department, communications, loads of trades that go on here. And of course our pilots and fighter squadrons. It's all good, you know it is. Let's just put this little cover on here now. Comedy Ted. Comedy Ted. Hope we're all good. You know how it is. Davey, welcome back, man. Davey has had some time out. He's been enjoying. Davey's had some time out, and it's always good and important to have some time out. Ted's just wiping the screen there. Thanks, Ted. It's a bit of a wet one today, but it'll be a sweet and neat one, I believe, today. So all is good. Dave Holloway, how you doing? Davey, Argan, Aspen, what up? And all is good. Listen to that. Listen to those beautiful compressors turning, spinning, making some gorgeous sounds. You know it is. So now, as we spoke about all the components, RCS, you can now appreciate the design of the F-35. Oh yeah. Oh nice, got a folded flag in the cockpit there. Well, it looks like it anyway. Beautiful. Love that kind of thing. Send it. Look at this. You know it is. Oh, yeah. Woo. That's what I'm talking about, ladies, sheds and teddy bears. All of those were quick climbs in this ghastly weather. How are we doing? My name's Nikos, cameraman and commentator. It's a little bit damp here today here at Lakenheath. It's not so sunny Suffolk anymore, unfortunately, but you know how it is. We'll just keep going and flowing. And oh, I wanted to show you I should have it with me. I've got something to show you actually. You know it is. Yeah, so how we doing? Let me just turn this around. Goodness me, look at the state of that. It's getting emotional, isn't it? Yeah, ladies, gents, and teddy bears, how are we all doing? They were good, man. That is what I'm talking about. Let me just sort this screen. I've got something to show you. Let me just sort the screen. There we go. How are we doing? My name's Nikos, cameraman and commentator. The bears have just taken cover for a minute because of the rain. I don't blame them really. Yeah, so just a quick one. History's going to be a little bit. I'm going to give you little bite sizes today because it's going to be quite a short day, I think. I wanted to tell you when in 1952. Just one sec. Sorry about this. On the, just wanted to get the patch for you. I've got something to show you. So yeah, on the 10th of July 1952, that's when the 48th became a wing. Okay, so for those know that when I was first studying the history, I couldn't find the 48th fighter wing in the Second World War, and it's true to some context, to some extent. But the lineage, you see, groups are formed and then upgraded to wing status sometimes, okay, because the 48th fighter group are actually during Second World War, we're actually part of the 70th fighter wing. So there's wings. In fact, we can break it down. You've got the Air Force, so let's take the 8th Air Force or the 9th Air Force. Let's take the 9th Air Force because the reason why I say the 9th Air Force is because the 48th fighter wing, fighter group, see, I'm getting confused, we're actually part of the 9th Air Force at that time. So you've got an Air Force, okay, so we could call it the 8th, it doesn't matter, it applies to them all, but you've got the Air Force, 8th or 9th or 15th Air Force. Then you've got a division. Then underneath that you've got a wing which spreads out, and then under the wings then you've got your groups, and then under the groups then you've got your squadrons. Do you see where this is going? And then with each squadron of an aircraft, then you've got each flight, and then on each flight you've got your etc, and it goes down. So it's like a hierarchy, yeah? So on the 10th of July 1952, the 48th were they were activated again, okay, so they became inactive during 1945 when they went back to the US, but they came back to France, and it's quite important transition for the 48th because they got wing status then. That's when they became a wing. All right, they were the fighter bomb wing, the 48th, but here's this was in 1952. Let me try and get this out to you. So they had the F-84s, then they went with the F-86s, and then in 1956 they were transitioning to the F-100, okay, and let me just get that right here for you. Yeah, so sometimes each aircraft can mean a different role, all right, which makes sense, right? Now between 52 and 56 they were the fighter bomb wing, all right. Check this out. In 1956, re-equipped with the F-100D Super Sabre, they became the 48th Tactical Fighter Wing. What I'll do, I'll turn this around. Actually, no, because of the wind. They became the rain. They became the Tactical Fighter Wing, okay? Which means that the squadrons became Tactical Fighter Squadrons. Look at this. We're talking about from mid-50s, so not from 1956. Look at this. Look at this, man. 492nd Tactical Fighter Squadron. If you see TFS, that goes, but okay, this dates from 1956 to 91. I know it's got quite a big span of of age there, but when you see the TFS or TFW for the 48th Tactical Fighter Wing, this is from the 492nd, the Mad Hatters, or the Bowlers as they were locally known here. They became Bowlers when they were here, but they'll always be Mad Hatters. But look at this. That is amazing. I love this. I'm wondering if that represents from 77 to 1991. Hasn't got the eagle looking into the scope, the bomb aiming scope, and I'm wondering if that's significant to a time period for the 492nd. Maybe when they were flying the F-111s. It could be. Maybe. I'll have to ask someone for that on that age, because that's definitely it's going to be, because usually you got the eagle looking into the bomb aiming scope. So amazing, lovely, and that's all thanks to Dave from Malaysia. Thank you very much, my good friend, for that. Let me just turn that around there and now. So yeah, we've got a bit of a funny one today with all the rain going on, but I'll try and get you Comedy Ted. He's coming out later on. I need it to stop raining because he's quite a new bear. I don't really want him to, mind you, get straight in the deep end. You know it is. Let me just put this cover on for a minute. Goodness me. Well, we've done all right. I've got a feeling it'll be like this at Cosford, but let's hope not, right? Let me go and grab a quick taxi. Yeah. Yeah, I might need to rewrite this. It's getting a bit tattery. Let's just put that in here. Maybe waterproof. Maybe some laminate or something. Sheets. That should sort it out. funny feeling, just F-35s today, I think.
I think you're right.
Yeah. I'll bring it up, don't worry, ladies, gents, Teds. It's all good, all good. Yeah, I'll bring up the tea with me, so it's all good, so you're not in the sound of silence. Already dead. How we doing, ladies, gents, teddy bears? I hope we're all good. I hope you enjoyed those quick climbs there. And to be honest, we are quite lucky. It's starting to get rather wet at the moment, but we shall keep going. You know how it is, isn't it? No, F-15 started up. Here we go. Rackham! It's always good to be wrong when it's here, because that means more aircraft. Ugh. I can see smiles on everyone's faces with that noise. So that's the sound of the Pratt & Whitney F-100 229s. And you fit them to your F-15E Strike Eagle. It's raining, it's raining. I'm in a singing mood today. Yep. Let's have a look. Was it from, yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was from the, yeah, thanks Davey for confirming that. So we can confirm now that patch that I showed you dates to the 1977 to 1991. It was indeed from the F-111 Aardvarks. I thought so. I recognised that triangle. I think some of the other squadrons had that, perhaps. Pretty cool, man. Thank you. Rackham. I'm getting rather wet. Let's put this away. Ted needs to go in. Oh, please don't rain. Now let's put Teddy inside. So Ted's just going to bail on me for a minute. He doesn't leave, he just, you know, when you've got designer fur and all that. Ted's got designer fur, so he's got to keep that all good, you know what I mean? Goodness me, it's getting a little bit of bush. Right, let's take drastic measures then, Teddy. Let's put this on here. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, sorry about that. Just going to put this little cover on here for a minute. I know, I don't like it, but it does its job right. There we go. I'm alright for a minute, thank you. Thank you. Getting a little bit emotional now, this rain. We'll just have to get the wipers out. You know how it is. Thanks for joining us today, ladies and teddy bears, on this rather wet show, but we keep going with the flow. So we've got the F-15E Strike Eagles starting up. You should see them taxiing down the catwalk just in a sec. Just going to get one more piece of quid. Lovely. Right. Okay, how we doing, ladies and teddy bears? So we have F-15E Strike Eagles taxiing down very shortly. But of course the legacy dates back to at least the first ever flight dates back to 1972, when the first ever F-15A took to the skies, which was made in July 1972. And the first flight of the family version, the F-15B, the two-seater, formerly known as the F-15A, was made in July 1973. Now, the first Eagle F-15B delivered in November 1974. That beats any career, right? In January 1976, the first Eagle destined for a combat fighter squadron was delivered to the 555th Triple Nick. The single-seater F-15C and Ds and, the F-15C and D models, they entered Air Force inventory in the beginning of 1979. Now, these two models had the PEP 2000, the production Eagle package. So lots of improvements, along with 2,000 pound or 900 kilos of additional internal fuel, and provision for carrying external conformal fuel tanks, which is what the F-15Es have. It's that conformal fuel tank that hugs the sides of the fuselage, bringing the takeoff weight up to an increased maximum takeoff weight of 68,000 pounds. That's 30,600 kilos. So lots of improvements were carried out. And the first F-15E Strike Eagle was delivered to the US Air Force in 1988. The F-15E reached its IOC, that's initial operational capability. So that's almost like a how shall I say, like an air test exam audit to see if it's capable. That happened on the 30th of September 1989 at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base in North Carolina, and that was with the 4th Tactical Fighter Wing, the 336 Tactical Fighter Squadron itself. Pretty cool. So just some cool things that you may not know. The F-15E Strike Eagle, its first ever air-to-air victory, was done in a most unusual day, and it happened during Operation Desert Storm in February 1991. Now, there was a distress call from Special Forces, who were facing 3 Iraqi Hind helicopters, those mean-looking Mi-24 Hind helicopters. They were about to take off, and they were not looking in a good position. So the F-15E Strike Eagle went to, I believe it went to fire a missile, and it locked, it jammed. And in the end, in the most unusual way, when the Mi-24 helicopter was airborne, the pilot decided to do the most unconventional method to do this. They dropped a bomb. Now, this is very resonant of World War II aerial combat, when I believe the 109s or the 190s were dropping bombs on bombers. They tried this. So this was almost like a World War II tactic. And the F-15E Strike Eagle, nicknamed Lucky, responded to the distress call and actually dropped a bomb on the helicopter, giving the very first air-to-air victory for the F-15. That's quite a remarkable way to do it, really. So hopefully you can see some things on the screen in a moment. It's just a little bit wet, but that's fine. So on the 13th of September 1985 at 12:42 p.m. local over the Pacific, Major Wilbert Doug Pearson, he pushed the famous pickle button in his cockpit of his F-15A. Why am I telling you this? Well, something really cool about the F-15. It actually was the only fighter jet aircraft to take out a satellite, something out of space to find another place. Yes, so this was over the Pacific Ocean. He was just in a steep vertical climb. He was just below the speed of sound, just below Mach 1, and he was about 36,000 feet vertical, and he pushed the pickle button and his missile roared towards its target, which was a Solwind P781 satellite moving at a whopping speed of 17,500 miles per hour. This was almost around 300 miles above Pearson's aircraft, and the missile disappeared out of Pearson's view, and then all he had to do was sit back, relax and tune into the Ted Coningsby channel, and eventually it took out the satellite. So he levelled off at 36,000 feet, and it was a successful intercept. Beautiful. Another cool fact about the F-15 there now. It's looking rather wet. So it is the 81st anniversary of D-Day. I put a post last night. Now, I was going to do it in the morning, but the reason why I did this last night is the fact that they did set off late at night on the 5th of June 1944, which is why I posted it in the evening, to remember that things were going on, things were setting off. The whole of Europe, the whole of the world was about to change. And I put the post last night. I was going to do it in the morning, but I thought, do you know what? Let's try to do it similar to the time they were setting off. And the way I wrote it was in a way that, you know, of all the lessons that I've learned during my experiences, and that's the way I did it last night. I did it in a way that let me see what I have learned. And you know, it's really bizarre with what I've learned all this time. And last night, as I wrote it, it was 81 years ago that Britain was getting ready for her land, air and by sea for a mission that would change the future, the destination Normandy. And our shows cover the present, and each base has its fair share of history. Now, many direct importance to Normandy campaign itself. So last night I highlighted the remembrance of the topics I have learned on my journey through this channel. And it is overwhelming to think that 4 years ago I would not be able to tell you anything about this at all. In fact, the B-17 wasn't even existent in my knowledge, you know, as embarrassing as that sounds. And even Hamden, even Wellington, I had no idea about these bombers. But this is what learning is all about, and we do this together. And it just goes to show that it is never too late to start learning. And I thought that if I didn't know about the B-17 or the Wellington, then maybe there are others that may not know this as well. So last night I decided to write about D-Day, because on the 5th, on the night on the 5th of June 1944, D-Day commenced, but the preparation must have been phenomenal for this. Firstly, I kept it resonant. I kept it linked with all that I do with bases, and took bits of the stories that I tell you. RAF Coningsby, for example, was setting off with their 18 Lancasters with their 97 squadron, led by Wing Commander Jimmy Carter. Sadly, his OFZ Zebra marked Lancaster was never to return, along with 3 fellow Lancasters. Coningsby suffered the first RAF losses of D-Day. RAF North Witham, which I've covered in a lost airfield, was carrying out a secret mission with paratroopers from the 82nd and 101st Airborne Divisions, part of the 9th Troop Carrier Command, setting off in their C-47 Skytrains or Dakotas. Their mission was the Eureka Rebecca radar. It was a secret mission done early on that night to help with the landings. It was a very clever system. After more research about the short Stirling bomber, I am now able to give you a more positive outlook on the bomber, which was serving here as well. Yes, we learned that there were design issues that led to a low service ceiling when fully loaded and fully fueled. Okay, so the Stirlings may have had a design issue there, but due to their size, played a major part on D-Day. From RAF Bryce Norton and RAF Fairford, they towed the Horsa gliders, and more productively than carrying troops on a C-47. If you imagine this short Stirling was designed to carry like a 14,000 pound, 12,000 pound bomb load, but it couldn't. There was a design fault in that as well, by the way, ladies, gents, teddy bears, for those that don't know. Although it had a good bomb load, what they did to the bomb door, they actually put a divider, and you couldn't fit a 4,000 pound bomb because it was split into 2 with the doors. So this was actually the problem here. So it could carry up to 14,000 pound of bombs, and if you think about it, if it's going to carry bombs, then it will do well carrying something else, which is exactly what they did. They decided that, you know, maybe they could use it as a tow line to carry the Horsa glider, and this is exactly what they did. They found it was more productive and more efficient to take this, and it shined. It really did. And you know, of all the things that I've learned with the short Stirling bomber, this is it. This is great. And I found out even more as well. The power to carry bombs meant that they could tow many gliders. So again, replacing 4,000 pound bombs with gliders. So it made it a lot efficient. Then I found out about 218 Squadron, which they got a nickname of Western Supermare's Own Squadron. Along with the Royal Navy, they took part in what's called Operation Glimmer. Once again, the short Stirling bombers took to the skies to carry out a diversion mission, a spoof mission using window. If you're not familiar with what window is, it's like today's chaff dispensers, like bits of metal, a deceptive mission dropping World War II style chaff pieces of metal called window to confuse the enemy radar to look like, you know, a massive attack. Now, armed with the P-47D Thunderbolts, our 48 fighter group took to the skies to assist in many raids and missions over Normandy. In fact, they took part in 2,000 sorties that were carried out by the 48th, which are based here, of the 14,000 sorties in total, earning themselves a few DUCs as well. And yet, the legacy of the 48th still remains here today, here at Lakenheath, the 100th Bomb Group, where we stream at Mildenhall. You know, the role of the 100th air refuelling today, their lineage goes back to the 100th Bomb Group at Station 139. Amazing. So from spoofing mission to ground attacks and bombing bombing targets such as railway lines, gun positions, carrying out recce's, you know, each base we cover with a show had a role to play during the Normandy campaign and on the day itself, 6th of June 1944. So please, we must never forget this day. And it may have been a beach, but for some of those, their last day on Earth. For those that made it, gave us another day on Earth. I've always said this, as dark as it sounds, in war, there is no winner, there is always loss. Each loss is a mother's heartache. doing my best to keep going on here. How we doing, ladies, gents, teddy bears? Hope we're all good. It's no weather for bears today at the minute. Good old Ted's just taking cover. We should have some F-15s taxiing out very shortly. Hope we're all good, ladies, gents, teddy bears. Welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel. And it's emotional. Still trying to wipe the screen. That's one thing. Although the kit is fine, there's it just cannot get the rain off the screens there. But there we go. Thanks for remembering them, ladies, gents, teddy bears, with the poppies on our screens. And it is important that we never forget and keep this going and flowing for years and years and eternity to remember each day. Right, so F-15s coming out very shortly. James S, how you doing? Mark Moody, what up? Here we go, it's F-15 time. Goodness me. Man, it is rough. Ooh. Hope we're all good, ladies, gents, steady bears. Thanks for tuning in. And we are delighted to announce another year as the official streamer broadcaster for the Cosford, the sold-out Cosford Air Show, the RAF's own air show, and I'm looking forward to it. Very, very proud. Very proud. And we're going to have this year again our Ted Coningsby Display Award, where it's, I believe, the only spectator-based award system. I know, where you can vote for your favourite display. There are a few rules for me to activate it. There has to be at least 2 aerobatics teams, or at least 2 fighter jet solo displays. So you can't have like one fighter jet and that's it. That'd be unfair, wouldn't it, really? Imagine that. That wouldn't be very fair. So as long as there's a minimum of 2 fighters or 2 aerobatics teams, then we can do it. And you can vote for your first and second favourite as well. It works on a point system, and you can also donate to our chosen charity for it, which is the Royal Air Force's Benevolent Fund. Woo! It's wet, I'll tell you that. you can see the fighter generation squadrons, ground crew and the crew chief working in any condition, and this is the way the 48th operate their F-15E Strike Eagles. This area is called the EOR, end of runway, where they carry out their post-taxi checks just before takeoff. So they'll check for any loose items, cracks, leaks as well, maybe some oil leaks. They'll check the ailerons, flaps, the sweeps, the actuating system called the SENC, the conversion exhaust nozzle control systems, make sure that they open, close the exhaust nozzles. They'll check for any security issues with the canopy, etc. All done right just before takeoff. Thanks a lot, Aspen. Thank you very much. Thanks everyone for the support today. There will be Guards Marches coming up, and I'll try and get you Comedy Ted, our new character for the show. Comedy Ted. Comedy Ted. He's a funny one, isn't he? And of course, the issues that they had during World War II as well, the armourers with rain, you know, wet ordnance, wet bombs can cause a number of issues, which added to the bombs actually freezing when they reached altitude due to them being wet as they loaded them. But if you need to do it, you need to do it. You need to load the bombs on. But if they were wet, there could be issues of them freezing on their connections, and they would stick. And that would also cause loads of problems. Right, more F-15E Strike Eagles taxiing out. Hoping it will stop raining. I can see some blue skies making its way. Okay, here we go. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Alright, let's do our best here, Nikos. Here we go. Alright, hang on. Look at the state of the screen. Here we go. Let's ride. Still going. Goodness me. Just a reminder for me that it's never easy at all to do this. It's actually quite cold as well today. Hey, there we go. Whew. Right, should clear in a moment. It is clearing. Yeah, I can see the blue skies. Thanks for all your kind words. Don't forget to hit the like, do support the channel, and of course subscribe. We've just rolled over the 94.2k, which is absolutely incredible, and that's all down to your support. So thanks again from all of us at the Ted Coningsby channel. Massive thank you. Lots of kind words. I know it just reminds me that you know, the elements do get the final say with everything in life, and you know, cloud, the wind. Let me just get a bit more. As soon as it stops raining, I'm going to go and get a different cloth just to finish up this screen. We're getting blue skies coming towards us very shortly. I'll tell you what, with the wind blowing directly down that catwalk, the smell is phenomenal. How we're doing, ladies, gents and teddy bears? Welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel, and I'm delighted to bring you Ted Coningsby action around the country. The pure military aviation channel, the little channel that could and did. And we are looking very close now to 95k, which is an incredible achievement for the little channel. And of course, you can help the channel grow by being cleared to touch and go on the like button, so do that, and of course do subscribe to your one and only Ted Coningsby channel. And you have been cleared to do a pairs departure with the with the notification bell button as well, so you don't miss out on the latest and greatest live streams and videos, ladies, gents, teddy bears. It is a great pleasure to have you here with us, and whether rain, sleet or snow, yesterday I spent all day at Hull Beach with no joy there, with a little bit of a tease from the F-35s that did come in the range, but the weather wasn't quite to their liking and turned back for home. That's the way it can be, but hey, it's all good. Whew. Mark Moody, Heather Holloway, Dave H as well, how you doing? Christopher Neal, Judy Beard, Mark Moody, Sharon Crook as well, Gucci Man, Andrew C, Captain A, how you all doing? Davey, Hannah, Aspen. Thank you, all of you, for joining us. Wibbs as well, RSVP, who else we got here? Thank you. Chris Lane as well, who's live and live. Julian Bailey as well with Ginger and Spock, and Wingnut, I think, was the other one. Oh my goodness me. Let's just give it. Do you know, there's so much water on this lens, it's amazing. Now let's scoop that up there now, come on. Oh, good timing, I think. I hope so. Here we go. So the Pratt & Whitney's F100-229 producing 29,000 pounds of thrust. Here we go. And this is the 492nd Fighter Squadron. What up? Guns up, bowlers. If you're tuned in the bowler bar. back now. Woo! Hope we're all good, ladies, gents, and teddy bears. Almost got a dried up screen now, finally, after that. That was pretty pretty interesting. Rain just literally did its thing, as it does. So we should have our arrivals very shortly as well. Okay, so now we're getting blow dried here. All right, one sec.
Hi there, Gordon.
Hi, yeah, you're right.
Your numbers are doing well?
Yes. Yeah. Indeed.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
It's shit rough today, isn't it?
Yeah. It's literally rough with the smooth. Oh yeah, you're right.
I like your ammo case.
Thanks.
I love your series of old airfield.
Oh right, yeah. Cool, thank you. Yeah, we'll try and get more done. Obviously,
History.
yeah, it's pretty good. I've got one in the making at the moment. I just need a particular aircraft to finish it off,
Right.
which I'm hoping to get a Shuttleworth end of the month. So once I've got that, I can make another one.
Yeah, right.
But I won't spoil it. But yeah, there is another one. Just trying to get them done in time. But I've got one that I don't mind sharing. I've got an interesting, not a lost airfield, but it's a lost city. It was a decoy city, a pretend Bristol.
Yeah.
And they used to have a film studio to make it look like Bristol Temple Mead with all the lights, with the track, you know. So I'm going to get that. I'm going to do a little bit of footage on that. So that'll be quite good. Looking forward to that one. No problem at all. Cool, thank you. And of course we do have our Lost Airfield series as well, if you like to check it out. If you go to our channel and click playlist and do the Lost Airfields, you'll be able to see our wonderful series that we do called Lost Airfields, where I try to bring the history and the base of what's left of it back to life. So welcome to the show, welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel. We are live here at RAF Lakenheath, home of the 48 Fighter Wing, and the wing is the only base, the only wing with a name as well. It is the 48 Fighter Wing, so it's got its number, but it's also the only one with a name, and they are the Statue of Liberty Wing. Ted, is almost dry, isn't it? Oh, thanks, Ted. Cheers, buddy. Thank you very much, there now. So Melody R, high five, welcome to the Ted Coningsby Posh Officers Club Guards March. Thank you very much. Andy Hancock, thank you very much for reaching 2 years milestone. It's been amazing. Thanks, Nikos, and thank you as well. Thank you for your 1 year milestone. Babs Art, spreading the love there, sharing and caring, giving and gifting one Ted Coningsby membership. Thank you very much indeed for that. Also Jeff AGR as well, member for 11 months. Oyo Nikos, I'll get a die-cast F-35 for you. Oh, Jeff AGR, man, thank you very much. Thank you so much. A Guards March, that would be awesome. Dominique Millet des Saint-Aubin, member for 12 months. Oi, 12 months of fighter goodness. Thanks, Nikos and team. Thank you very much. SE Aviation, member for 12 months as well. Lots of 1 year milestones from everyone. Thank you very much. Woohoo! 12 months, Ted and Nikos. Thank you. So we've got Cranky Vet Wales, Wales. High five, Guards March. Thank you for joining the Ted Coningsby Squadron. Brady Boys Garage, Ted's Lakenheath Coffee Fund, thank you for the morning chorus. Thank you very much. Yeah, I was in a bit of a singing mood this morning. Margot as well, thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you very much, Guards March. Colin Patterson as well, Guards March. Brilliant post last evening about D-Day. It's my birthday. I will raise a glass later to all those brave souls, lest we forget. Guards March, thank you very much. James S sent a gifted Ted Coningsby membership, Guards March. Mark Moody as well, we so appreciate you in this weather even more than we do normally, Nikos. Thank you very much, Mark, for the super chat. Guards March. Hanosaurus Rex, member for 7 months, staying warm and dry as you can, Nikos. We don't want you snuffly for Gosford. Ted, you keep the bears in check. We don't want any soggy fur. Absolutely. Guards march. Guards march to Aspen, who's part of our spanner flight as well. Thank you for braving the elements, Nikos, for a hot toddy later. Yeah, man, too rad. Julie Beard, member for 13 months as well. Guards march. Thank you very much. Wow, what an exciting 13 months. Thanks to Nikos, an awesome guy, Nikos, out in terrible weather like today. Spanner flight are great too. Thank you very much. Karen Howard, high five. Welcome to the Ted Coningsby's Posh Officers. Guards march. Loki Robertson, member for 10 months. Our year to you. Thank you very much. Captain A, 27-month member and also part of our spanner flight crew. Love the TCS and all it stands for. Thank you all, and thank you as well. Keith, why is there a wasp literally on my face? Yeah, anyway, nearly had a wasp kebab there. Keith Smith, hi Nikos, Ted, Claire Bear, Spanner crew and everybody in the chat. Oh, thank you very much for that generous super chat. Paul Pump, high five and a salute for that. Thank you very much. Guard march, thank you so much. And Keith Smith, well done to also reach 12 months with us. That's a whole year with the Ted Coningsby channel. Thank you for an amazing 12 months, making new friends along the way. Best military aviation channel on YouTube. Thank you very much for that. I can hear startups, but oh well, we'll just take whatever comes, eh? It's been an incredible journey doing the Ted Coningsby channel, and lots of support from all of you. It's been an incredible ride and fabulous stuff that I've learned along the way, and it's been, you know, like an education journey for me as well, to find out all these wonderful things. And you know, lots of you, you know, from coming from far away. We've had New Zealand come and visit us, we've had Australia come and visit us, and 2 days ago we had Malaysia come and visit us. An ex member of the forces, a veteran who was at Mildenhall, served during Strategic Air Command times at Mildenhall in ATC. Amazing. David, thank you honestly for all those patches, slides from August 1977. It's just, the slides look amazing. I can't wait to get those enhanced so we can have a closer look at them. But I popped them up to the skies and it just looked fabulous, really did. There are lots of startups going on at the moment, so this could be good. I wasn't expecting any more, but you know, military, expect the unexpected. Just to give you an idea of the skies now, look at this. Different, completely different now, isn't it? Look at it. Different to earlier, right? Some coming back now. Just do a quick mag swap before the just in case we get another dose of rain, which would make it very difficult to start doing electrical things. That's that done. That should keep us going for another bit. Point Charlie. Point Charlie! Where's the Point Charlie crew? Well, we'll just... They are funny when they call that out. It's like Watchtower. So love it. Okay, so Point Charlie, that's to our right, just over the trees. So if you ever hear Point Charlie, it's just there are other points. There's Point Delta, and there's one behind me as well. Here we go. Lovely. Here we go, Point Charlie. Having a moment with it. was our first set of arrivals. Plenty more to come back. Oh yeah, here you go, Point Charlie, here we go. Tell you what, let's get this one. Coming in quite high, but really pushing that steep dive down. Let me just turn it around. Now everything is in the circuit. Amazing control, amazing flying from these wonderful, skilled pilots. completely owning their skies here. It's just amazing. It really is a great buzz. It's all going off at once. And you've got F-35s at Point Charlie, F-35s on approach, F-35s downwind, F-35s in your pocket. I mean, external missile railings on. I love it. They look really, really cool. Did I just hear that? Give me some Wolfie. For 1 minute there, I thought, for one set, I thought we had a Vulcan coming then. More coming in on Point Charlie just behind me. Downpour just coming now. No.
Very well, yeah, great.
can always guarantee a great positive mental health happiness here. I'm telling you now, it's impossible not to smile. It really is just a joy to watch. I know it's obviously this is all military training, but you know, we love our air shows, we love everything about it, but this is raw. This is raw training. This is just the joy to watch. And you know, and it all adds to air superiority, air dominance, owning the skies. I'll have to keep that on the screen for a sec. I'm out of hands. Absolutely phenomenal, and I hope you're all enjoying this. Even the arrivals are just as exciting as the departures. You just never know what you're going to get. Everyone is smiling here, I can tell you that much. And we've got more using Point Charlie. Just before I catch that, let me just get that off the screen there now. There you go. Whew. Right, Point Charlie, here we go. Our single F-35. Thanks, Chris, for the update there. Thank you. Spanner flight working hard in the background to not only keep the chat sweet and neat, we work closely. Baby, thank you. 1,000 likes. Thank you to everyone. A big thank you to all of you for reaching out, giving us the thumbs up with 1,000 likes. 1,000 of you hit that like button, which is amazing. It really does help. Thank you. You can see now on the left, on the port side of the fuselage, that sort of long raised bulge there. That's your GAU-22A 25mm cannon with special armoured piercing rounds. 4-barrel, 3,300 rounds per minute. That's been specially designed for the F-35. The F-35A, to be exact, for the internally applied cannon. The B and C can have the optional externally added version of it. So here we go, just behind me on initial, probably F-15s, I think it is. Let's have a look. No, F-35s, here we go. wondering about the stealth and radar cross-section of having the external rails, don't panic. It is a multi-role aircraft if it needs to be in defense mode. Putting on some, you know, threatening missile railings or whatever ordnance they need. They don't really need a lot of stealth to be in defense mode. I want to be seen. This is my specs. Get out. Defense mode. It's all good. I'll tell you what, it's a little bit punchy up here. Knocking noise that you can hear, that is the wheels going over the arrestor cable. The BAK 12, BAK 12, that's barrier arrestor kit, version 12. Oh my goodness me. Oh wow. I've just had a look now. Alistair Goodwin, thank you very much, Alistair. Wow. That is amazing support. Thank you so much for that support from Alistair Goodwin. Thank you so much. That is amazing. Of course, get Ted to give you a very special Guards March for that. How we're doing, ladies, gents, teddy bears? Hope we're all good. And we've just seen our F-35s, the F-35A to be exact. There are three main variants. This one's the A variant. You can see the B variant. Now the A variant, that's your conventional takeoff and landing, a CTOL aircraft. That's basically like an F-16 or an F-15 or a Typhoon, conventional takeoff and landing. Those aircraft that I've just mentioned, they are CTOL aircraft. The B is the Stovall variant, the short takeoff and vertical landing, and you can see this with the Royal Navy and the Royal Air Force here in the UK at RAF Marham. The F-35C, we're not fortunate enough to see one here in the UK. Maybe you can at Mildenhall sometimes if they are on transit, or Prestwick perhaps. Maybe having a little stopover, you can get lucky with that. US Marine Corps ones or Navy. Oh yes. That was remarkable. Remarkable, chap, yes. Spiving.
I think that was all the 35.
Yeah. That's so it's just the... I'm not sure what happened to the F-15 since it started up.
I think it was the Friday engine test.
Oh yes.
Jesus.
So ladies, gents and teddy bears, as we mentioned, the payload of the F-35A is 18,000 pounds of internal payload, and with a maximum speed at Mach 1.6, 43,000 pounds of thrust. And this arrived at Lakenheath on the 15th of December 2021. But November 1941, little rewind there of 80 years actually, almost 80 years from that date. This was our first aircraft, the Vickers Wellington bomber. There we go, look at this. The first bomber to operate here. Let me get that bit of rain off the screen there, bit of water on that screen there, Ted. Oh, I know, here it is raining. So yeah, look at this. So the first unit to operate here was number 20 operational training unit, which came all the way from RAF Lakenheath. They came all this way due to the amount of operations that needed to be carried out at Lossiemouth due to its strategic location with mine laying and causing havoc, laying mines with the fleet from the enemy fleet arriving and trying to cause havoc with the fleet and U-boats. But it was time to probably get the operational training units to move. So they came here with the Vickers Wellington bomber, the most produced bomber of World War II in the RAF. Carried out its operations throughout the war, carried on for quite a while actually after the war. Models featured the two Bristol Pegasus Mark 18 engines, crew of 5 or 6, with a wingspan of 86 feet 2 inches. So if you imagine the Stirling at 99 and the Halifax and Lancaster bombers around 102, 104 feet, this was 86 feet. Produced in 16 different variants, and we mentioned over 11,400 were made. They were making these at a rate of 28 per week. Now, we mentioned about the F-35 having an 18,000 pound payload. This carried a payload of 4,500 pounds. So, you know, as time goes on, but then again, you've got to look at the heavy bomber of the Lancaster. This could carry the 14,000 pounders and eventually a 22,000 pound Grand Slam bomb as well. It's remarkable for that time. But this was our first aircraft. Max speed at 235 miles per hour. So what we got, Mach 0.3 if we were to do it that way, 378 kilometers an hour. Service ceiling at 18,000 feet, which, you know, for a twin engine bomber, excellent really for, you know, for that time period. It did have 6 to 8 guns. There we go. And eventually 2 more squadrons arrived. 149 and 199 came here, and they were operating the short Stirling bomber, the first 4-engine bomber to enter the Royal Air Force service as well, and that was with 149 and 199 squadrons alike. So just the F-15s out at the moment. They should be due back very soon. Lisbeth, hello from Sweden, -5257. How you doing as well? Woo! Squadron leader Ted Coningsby, and Alistair, Alistair, thank you so much. But Alistair Goodwin, how amazing your support there with that super chat. Thank you so much. That's for Alistair Goodwin's very generous super chat. An amazing, we'll do your Guards March from myself and all of us at the Ted Coningsby channel. Thank you so much for that. That is amazing. A salute as well to you. A paw pump and a fly past. Thank you so much, Alistair Goodwin. Thank you. That is remarkable. Thank you so much. Davey Brooks, member for 25 months, part of our fighter squadron. Big bear hug for me, please. Lots of love from Debbie. Thank you very much, Debbie. Hope you're good. Oi oi to all of you, Graham, Robert, Alistair Goodwin, oi oi to you as well. Johnny B, Andrew C, Henk Verhule, Davey, wee Stevie boy, Andrew C. And yes, for those that know and love hearing about the history, it was amazing when I found out a little bit more, and I even debunked the myth about the short Sterling bomber, about the hangars. It was just a specification, that's all it was. I was learning about the short Sunderland bomber and how it was developed into the short Sterling, so to speak. That was quite fascinating to learn of that. And of course, RAF Mildenhall, built in 1934, and that's 5.5 miles away. The backwards crow flies in this direction over there. And we've got, just to my sort of 5 o'clock is RAF Feltwell, which opened 36, operated the Handley Page Harrow and eventually the Wellingtons as well during from 37 with the Harrow. But what is remarkable is about the story and what I've learned about, let me just try and get it for you. You know, I'll just show you the short Sterling bomber, which was here operating, and even one of the pilots here that was serving with 149 Squadron was posthumously not only a hero and was awarded posthumously the Victoria Cross here, a squadron that actually operated from here with the short Sterling bomber, ladies, gents, teddy bears. And I was, you know, coming across these Air Ministry specifications and learning about what, you know, how do you get an aircraft out there? And it was amazing because I learned that we were supposed to have a different 4-engine bomber first. The winning aircraft was the Supermarine 317, which was favoured. But sadly for the Supermarine 317, of course they made the Supermarine Spitfire. I'll just turn that around while we wait. And like I said, I've been learning quite a lot and learning about specifications. Let me just turn that a little bit there now. There we go. How we doing? My name's Nikos, cameraman and commentator. Yeah, I've been learning about even today, right? The F-22. We had the YF-22 and the YF-23. Was it a Northrop against a Lockheed? Do you remember the when they choose aircraft? And I was coming to think, how did they submit aircraft. We're talking about the infant days, shall we say, of combat. You know, this is you know, an interwar period right now, 1934, 36, all this kind of stuff. I was learning even about you know, what makes a military target. You know, even Bomber Command nearly didn't go ahead, but I won't go into too much detail because I have actually genuinely been learning about it. And I came across the Air Ministry specifications, and this was amazing. It was a department and a government of the United Kingdom responsible for managing affairs with the Royal Air Force. And it's amazing because, you know, there were different specifications. They had a letter to denominate the type of aircraft that was going to be put into production. You know, let's pretend we are the Short brothers and we're going to make an aircraft. Can you just go, here's a bomber, Air Ministry, let's use it in combat? I did find out you could do it this way as well. It will go under a private section and then it will be issued a genuine specification. So when you research bombers, it will tell you that this was built under specification B1236, which is what this was under, B12, and the Supermarine 317. Now let me explain. Even Avro and this had it was S26, was it S26 or S29? Let me just double check that because it's a lot to take in. Let me just check its early specification. S29. This was actually called the S29 first. So there's P for medium bomber, B for heavy bomber, all right? And then you'll get a second number. Let's take 12 because this is what it was built under, and then /36. Now that 36 is the year it was submitted. So if we were going to, and it happens, and it's been going on for, I think they still do it actually, the specification. I don't, pretty sure they build things still in specifications. So if we were to build one today, if we were to build a heavy bomber, it'll be B, and then it will follow the number that was last submitted. So if the last submission was number 12, will be number 13, and it will be /25. There we go. So that's how you would do it. All right. So the Supermarine was a 4-engine bomber, and it was sort of favoured. Okay, but something happened. The factory that had the 2 prototypes were bombed and got destroyed. And that was the end of the Supermarine 317. And of course, the legend Reginald J. Mitchell sadly passed away in 1937. So they couldn't do it. They then gave it to the Short brothers, and they were happy with it. And they gave them a specification. And I've had a look at the specification, B1236. This tells you there was one before that was 11. The B indicated it was a heavy bomber. All right. It said, I had a look at all the specification. It did actually say maximum width for the wingspan not exceeding 100 feet. All right, now there's a myth, and I was led into that actually said they didn't produce apparently it wanted a longer wingspan, right? This is the whole point of the Sterling, and the myth goes that they didn't allow the short Sterling to have a longer wingspan because of the hangars. You couldn't fit anything larger. Hang on a minute, Halifax B-17 and the Lancaster 102, 104 feet. So where's that come into it? So this wasn't true, it was just a specification. This is where the mix-up. But then why did they do that? Well, here's the thing. This was developed from the Short Sunderland. If you look at a Short Sunderland, this looks very similar to it. The hull was taken out. Here they made the bomb doors. One slight snag, the bomb doors had a divide, and although this could take the because the specification also said it had to have a certain speed, a cruising altitude, a range. Okay, so I've got all the details as well. Had to have a specific range, okay, and a cruising speed, and to be able to have like 14,000 pound of bomb load. I think the minimum, I think it stated, was around 12 to 14. It certainly had that. Also had guns, and it had a cruising speed of they required 200 miles per hour and 282 miles per hour max speed. So it ticked all the boxes. Slight snag here we go. So the Short brothers took the hull away. If you have a look at the Short Sunderland, this was designed to stop a lot of sea spray, because the Short Sunderland was a flying boat. Okay, and they kept this. Actually, it had a height of just short of 7 meters. That's ridiculous, isn't it? It's massive. However, the length didn't quite match the wingspan, but they did keep it to just short of 100 feet. They basically were restricted because, not because of the hangars, because of the specification. Had they requested a different specification, it could have been a different story. Fully loaded, fully fueled, this is where it suffered. It could only go 16,500 feet, so short of 17,000 feet, which is not a lot. The Wellington at 18,000 feet service ceiling. This could only do 16,500. That's gonna get you some flack. It could take a lot of battering, but here's some positives. Because of the snubby wings, it could outturn fighters, or at least it could evade fighters. Couldn't do that in a Lancaster. You couldn't do that in a Halifax. So because of the shorter wingspan, it was able to do some fantastic maneuvers. Pilots loved the short Sterling. It could take a lot of battle damage. It was huge. And like I said, just to reiterate, the bomb bay, it only had divides where you could only fit 2,000 pounds worth of bombs. Only 2,000 pound bombs. You couldn't fit any bigger, and they were making cookie bombs. They were 4,000 pounds. Then you got the tall boy. Couldn't fit that in here. Even though it could take it, just couldn't fit it. So benefit number one was able to outturn fighters. It could do it. It was pretty good at that. So it was a bit of a lifesaver. And it was here with 149 and 199. The next thing, because it's meant to be able to take 14,000 pounds, it was put and labelled the bomber that didn't bomb because it had other duties. It was successful at towing the Horsa glider and other gliders to D-Day. That's amazing. Now the Dakota can only have a capacity of so much. This could now tow gliders with even more capacity. So it was amazing. The other thing as well, it had other duties as... Thought I heard some aircraft there at Point Charlie. What's going on over here actually? What are they doing over here? So there we go, that's our short Sterling there, just really quickly, but a little bit of history there. It's a fantastic aircraft, you know, and I like to end things positively. The only thing I'm struggling with, unfortunately, but there is a positive, is the, hang on, let me just, is the Avro Manchester. But in a positive light, it led on to the design of the Avro Lancaster. So there we go. So yeah, the Sterlings were used on this very day 81 years ago during the night on the 5th of June into the 6th. It took part in Operation Glimmer, which was a spoof mission to try to divert the enemy from thinking, hang on, the attack's over here. Using the help with the Royal Navy, Operation Glimmer was using what was called window, which was a type of chaff, bits of metal to fool enemy radar. It was amazing. And the Sterling shone well in that, you see. It did very well. I like it when there's happy stuff like that. Thank you. Thank you very much. You all right? Enjoying? Good.
We've got a question for you.
Go for it.
So, we're from Newcastle. We've got a drive back to
So what's the options? Mildenhall now?
Mildenhall at 12:30 for KC, then head home and be back about 11 o'clock, or head off after these coming and be home about 5.
What do you really want to see?
That's what we can't choose.
Have you seen a KC-135 before?
Not the T variants.
Go for it then. Yeah, Ted says do it. If you've not seen something, do it. You'll be happy, then you go, we've seen, did you see the takeoffs? There you go. Go and see a KC-135T model. Oh, cool. Yeah, go for it, man. You might even get a surprise. You never know. It is Mildenhall after all. How many hours is it? 7 or 6? 6 hours?
7 hours drive-ish.
Make sure you take a break along the way.
What a monster.
But yeah, go for it, man. I would go. At least you get to see another aircraft on the day. Yeah. Do it. Go, go, go. Go on. Go for it. I'm not forcing you, but that's what I would do. If I've not seen a particular aircraft, I'll be there. Yeah. You're welcome. Have a good one. Safe journey back to Newcastle. Yeah.
Cheers.
All right. Take care, boys. Do you want a photo? Do you want the photo? And you can also whack a photo on your adventures as well. You know how it is. I got Ted here as well. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, nice one. All right, enjoy your day, yeah? You too. Nice one. Have a good one, enjoy, and I hope you catch that KC. Right, I might try and have a cup of tea.
Be quick.
It's been that, yeah, what were they doing over there?
I don't know, it wasn't the Mara buzzing round.
Oh, it could be. Been a good one today, been a good one. I don't think I'll be able to have it. This is filled with rainwater. If the rain came while I had this in my hand. Oh yeah, it's that way. Oh, I can see them.
Get ready.
Ready. No time for tea. So, using the ILS, it'll be our first arrivals of the F-15s for the day. Sounded like the startups were just engine runs. What a day we've had today. It's been brilliant. And we've still got one more major show to do, our biggest of the year for the channel, which will happen on Sunday. The Ted Coningsby channel are proudly bringing you Cosford action as the official live streaming channel for the RAF's air show, the RAF Cosford Air Show, and we are very proud, and we'll do our Ted Coningsby Display Awards. Here they come, using the ILS 23 Jazz flight. Here come the bowlers, guns up. See you. A big shout out to Newcastle there. The ILS glide slope antenna right there, look. That's what they would have been using, along with the localizer. Which, the localizer looks like this, but this is the localizer for runway 05, so the other one is at the other end. That does your lateral. Oh, hello, hello. To do that, I'll just take my F-15 vertical there on a low approach. There was some birds. Oh, it did. Oh, hi, are you alright? Yeah. Cool. Look like. Anyway, either way, fantastic low approach. Beautiful. Some more F-15s using the ILS just behind me. Not even phased. especially how narrow the landing gear is. Look at that, how narrow. If you compare it to like the likes of the F-35 and the Typhoon, a lot more spaced out. This is by no means a small fighter jet. Remember how many took off actually? Was it 6 or 8? One count. I'll have to check Andy C's. How's Andrew C doing? Can't remember if it was 6 or 8. ladies, gents, teddy bears. Hope we're all good and well. So that's 4 of our F-15s back. Should be around, I can't remember if it was 6 or 8 that took off earlier. Aspen, how we doing? Margot 1CAG, how you doing as well? Dave Holloway, James S, Alistair Goodwin, how you doing as well? Hope you're good, thank you very much as well. Jenny B, hope we're all good. Now, let's go and see if he's going to be alright on the show now. Good. So, ladies and teddy bears, as promised, we've got a star of the show today coming at us. I'd like to everyone give a warm welcome to, are you ready for this? The reveal. A new character for the Ted Coningsby channel, ladies and teddy bears. Our new character. Yeah, maybe I should build this up a little bit. Yep. And I'm going to give you our new character to the show, to the Ted Coningsby family. He's you know his name already. He's coming on. He's a bit mischievous. He is. Are you ready? Who's on? It's Comedy Ted. Comedy Ted. Comedy Ted. Comedy Ted, how you doing? It's Comedy Ted, ladies and teddy bears. He's always up to some fun stuff. Look at him. Comedy Ted, you alright? Yeah, you good? That's good, mate, that's good. What's that? Comedy Ted tells me something. He's seen something the other day. What did you see, Comedy Ted, the other day? Did you? Comedy Ted says he was out walking and he saw the world's worst limbo dancer walk into a bar. That's good. I like that, Comedy Ted. That's brilliant. Comedy Ted. And what's that, Comedy Ted? Okay. So Comedy Ted says he was out, he went to the zoo the other day and he came across this really unusual part of the zoo. And in a cage, he saw a piece of toast and he looked closely and it said, "Bred in captivity." Comedy Ted. Comedy Ted. Oh, nice one, Comedy Ted. That's good, mate. That's good. What's that? Okay. Well, that's good. Well, you keep them coming, Comedy Ted. That's really good. I love that. I love your little jokes, mate. Yeah. What's that? What do you call a talking dinosaur? A thesaurus. Comedy Ted. Comedy Ted. Some more startups there. What's that? Why was the aircraft grounded? Well, why is that, Comedy Ted? Because it had bad altitude. What happened there? Okay. So Comedy Ted saying there was a bit of a problem when he went to Heathrow Airport the other day. Some librarian got told to leave. And why is that? Because it was fully booked. Comedy Ted. Comedy Ted. Comedy Ted, nice one, mate. I love that. That's really good. I'm loving it. Sounds like there's a lot more startups there, Comedy Ted. Comedy Ted. Comedy Ted. What's that, Comedy Ted? You went to Wembley and it was really cold. And why was it cold? There was a lot of fans there. Very funny, Comedy Ted. Comedy Ted. There you go, that's Comedy Ted, ladies and teddy bears. He always looks happy and fun. He's always up to... There you go, Comedy Ted, ladies and teddy bears. Comedy Ted. There we go, Comedy Ted's debut there. Oh dear. Yeah, though I'll probably get a comedy Ted emoji sort of something. Oh dear, goodness me, it's still windy. Is that all of them back then? Was there only 4? I thought it was more. I'll have to have a look. Oh, there was another joke. Oh, I'll save that for Comedy Ted next time. Nice one, Comedy Ted. Cheers for that, mate. Yeah, Comedy Ted is a bit of a legend, bless him. He was trying to ask me if he could appear on the show, so he'll be a regular there now. Comedy Ted. Comedy Ted. Hey, oi, alright now, we're doing around here now. My name's Reggie, part of the RAF regiment. God, it's a little bit windy out here, isn't it there now? I hope you've been enjoying these pretty little planes there now. Yeah, just doing me perimeter checks. I think we've got all this one wrapped up there now. Yeah, part of the RAF regiment. Trying to keep my feet on the ground there now. I don't do any of that flying business there now. Nope. No, 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 no. No, 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 there's no chucking. No. Got to keep my feet on the ground there now. That's right. That's how I do it around here now. Got to look out for danger in it. I've got to make sure everyone's behaving themselves around here. Do me perimeter checks. Yeah, I don't do any of that flying business there, but I do like me old, you know, from the gurney size giant planes there now to the pretty little ones as well there now. Yeah, that's all good there now. Yeah, just got to do the perimeter checks quickly before I finish up for the day there now. What was that? Who was that? Oh, I saw the red Ted fella. Yeah. Yeah, well, if I see him, I need a word of him. Gotta have a chat. Right, you behave yourself there now. I think I've seen him. Hope we're all good. Hi, how you going? All right? Yeah, good, thanks. All good. Bless you. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Thanks.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, listen, safe journey and enjoy your KCs, yeah? All right, thanks very much for that. That's very kind of you. Thank you.
The sun's come out to warm you up.
Sorry?
Sun's come out.
Yeah, at least it has. Thank you. Yeah, it has. It's good, isn't it? Yeah, you too, man. Thank you. Tune in to Cosford if you want, man.
Yeah, will do.
Thank you. Oh, hello. No, I'm okay. Thank you. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Hey, oh, you're right now. What are you doing now? Oh, hello there, comedy Ted there now. What are you doing down there now? Oh, that's all right, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, pretty good, isn't it? Yeah. What was that? Okay, all right. I'll play this little one. Right. Who's there? You old lady who? Oh, you got me there. That's good. That's all right, isn't it? Now. Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? Yeah, what are you doing around here then, comedy Ted? What are you doing? You got a show tonight, have you? You have? All right, okay. What happened? Well, you got to be careful, have you? All right. You got to look out for your leg. All right. What's that? In case you fall through the floorboards, right? In case you go off stage. That's very funny. You got, oh yeah, you got to look out for, yeah, vampires. What do vampires like to eat then? Ice cream. Oh, it's good there, comedy Ted. I like that. Yeah, it's good there now. He's getting all right, isn't he? Yeah. What's this? Oh, I love tomatoes. Oh, I'll tell you what, I love me tomatoes there down me chucking. What's that? All right, okay. Why did the tomato blush? I don't know, comedy Ted. Why did it blush? Because it saw a salad dressing. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, I like that one, comedy Ted. Right, comedy Ted. Comedy Ted.
How are we doing, ladies, gents, teddy bears? Just trying to work out. I'm just trying to have a look actually if that was all of them out. Hope we're all good. Hello from the blue Tesla just there. Perry, how you doing as well? Hope we're all good. Thanks everyone for hitting the like button and subscribing. We're very close now to 95k, which is just incredible. And just want to thank everyone for supporting the channel as you do, which is amazing. Thank you. AD calls it oi to you. Hope you're all good. Hiya, you alright? How's it going? Right, yeah, good. I might grab one last cup of tea before we... I think that was it. I think that's all of them back. Just trying to find out. You too, man. Yeah, you too. You off now, yeah? Bye. So I'm going back to the stream to see how many F-15s took off. It was full, wasn't it? I'm just scrolling back, so that's it then. We are good. Right, weekend. Oh no, I've still got one more stream to go. Can't forget that. I think we're good. Right, let me just check. That is it, because I think we're done for the day, ladies, gents and teddy bears. I think we are done. Here's our squadron leader, Ted Coningsby. And Paul Phillip, thank you very much for your 15 months membership, Guards March, oi oi oi. Tim James, morning Ted and all, oi oi, Guards March to you. Marco, thank you very much for the super sticker. Ben Taylor with 3 months membership, oi oi everyone, thank you very much. Mark Jones, member for 13 months, love this channel, see you at Cosford. Oh yes. Rusty Wenzel celebrating 27 months, hello to the best aviation channel out there. Thank you very much. And we Stevie Boy with the Guards March for you. For the super chat. Right, that's us done. How we're doing, ladies, gents and teddy bears. So, an early one. Everything came back already. All is good. So that's us done. Right then. Well, it's time for Cosford, I guess now, isn't it? That's going to be good. Looking forward to that. Thank you very much. A nice, sweet and neat stream today to keep us all happy and going and flowing. So thank you very much, everyone that's tuned in. So there you go. A sweet and neat day. Thank you very much, RAF Lakenheath and the 48 Fighter Wing. Thank you very much. And all of our viewers, thank you so much. It's been, what a great week. And we're not done yet. So, oh yes, you know what day it is on Sunday, right? It's there's a go away Wasp. Not now, later. It's a new character called Wasp. Very original, but there we go. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been an incredible day, really good, lovely quick climbs from the F-35As, really impressive, and I hope you've enjoyed it as well. Some moody skies, moody scenes with the rain, and yeah, we survived it. That's the main thing. We got through and pulled through, so thank you all so much. So we'll see you at Cosford, ladies, gents and teddy bears. Defo. Right, so for the last time for today, isn't it? It's got to be done now, Ted, isn't it, mate? Yeah, we'll see you at Cosford. My name's Nikos, cameraman and commentator. This is our squadron leader, Ted Coningsby. You've been watching the Ted Coningsby channel live here at RAF Lakenheath. So, for the last time for today, see you soon, wish you well. See you at Cosford, everyone. Oh yeah, ladies, sheds and teddy bears, welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel membership. I'm Nikos, I'm your cameraman and commentator. This is our squadron leader, Ted Coningsby. Just want to say a massive thank you to all our members. Guns up and oh yeah. Take it away, Ted. Ladies, sheds and teddy bears, we want to say a massive thank you to all of our subscribers for getting us to where we are today. We have gone all over the country, from as far as Lossiemouth to Bryce Norton, and military areas such as air weapons ranges, low flying areas, heritage centres and special flights for TED too. We cannot do this without your support, and your support will be rewarded. You can now join the Ted Coningsby Squadron and help fund the channel to get us around the country and provide us with the funds for equipment to bring you better content too. We have 3 exciting membership levels with awesome YouTube perks to reward you back for your support. Our first level of membership is the Ted Coningsby Squadron. You'll get a loyalty badge on YouTube, unique TCS emojis that you can use on comments and live streams, members only videos which include behind the scenes, deleted scenes, sneak previews and also music videos that Ted likes to play the electric guitar on. You'll also get access to members only Discord server and discount on all of our Ted Coningsby merchandise. All of this for just $1.99 a month. Oh yeah. Our second level of membership is the Posh Officers Club. This includes all of the squadron perks, private Posh Officers Discord chat room, Posh Officers discounts on all of our Ted Coningsby merchandise, and the poshness of supporting the TCS even more. This is just £4.99 a month. Our third level was inspired by many of our fans who have been supporting the channel massively. So we'd love to reward you back with this, and our third level of membership is the Ted Coningsby Fighter Squadron. This gives you a more personal experience with me and Ted, with exclusive live streams and content. You'll get a free Ted Coningsby Fighter Squadron patch, a private Ted Coningsby Fighter Squadron Discord chat room, a gold colour Discord username, and a higher discount on all of our Ted Coningsby merchandise. All this for just $25.99 a month. Ladies, gents and teddy bears, the Ted Coningsby channel cannot thank you enough for all your support. And it's this support that keeps the dream, keeps the stream. Thank you so much. Aw, yeah.
Sierra Golf India, Brian Stone, right to an 814.
Go down.